Hi there, my name is Amy Brennan, and I am a college and career advisor based in Silicon Valley. Now, because of my location, I've been lucky enough to not only guide countless aspiring techies, but to meet with people who work in tech, to meet with hiring managers, and to find out which skills really help people to stand apart. Now, you may have heard a little bit about the career of UX designer, and my hope is that by watching this video, you'll get a sense of what majors are possible in UX design, what books you can read to know if UX design is right for you, and ultimately walk away with an understanding of if this career will make sense. So let's talk about user experience design. It is one of those careers that is just as cool as it sounds. Now, what user experience designers do is they help companies to understand how customers think about their products and to design and deliver amazing experiences. In short, the UX designer's role is to take a product or a system, such as a website and app, and design it in a way that's both appealing but also functional for users. Now, this typically requires developing a prototype that brings the concept from, just being an idea to an actuality. And then designers will combine this with visuals to give the information in a way that makes the experience enjoyable, not overly complex, and frustration-free for customers. Now, another thing you're probably wondering is, how do I get started? It sounds like a dynamic, interesting career. Well, the trouble is, because user experience design is an emerging field, there's still very few 4 years bachelor's programs in this area. A lot of people find that they can break into the field without a typical 4-year degree. Some of those people do that by developing a portfolio, by working with pro bono clients to develop, a series of works they can draw on. However, one of the options that I think is most intriguing is looking at some technology boot camps. You may have heard of programs such as General Assembly or Springboard. You can find whatever tech bootcamp works for you by going to switchup.com, and they have full reviews of every single program out there by students. So that's a really helpful resource. That said, there's still probably quite a few of you who are thinking, boot camps are good and all, but I want a 4-year degree. I really want to learn these concepts inside and out and be prepared for that first job. Well, how I would recommend doing this, and this is based on my conversations and interviews with a lot of people working in user experience design, is with some of the following majors. The top major that comes to mind is human-computer interaction or interaction design. These majors are the most closely aligned with UX design. They're interdisciplinary degrees that really combine both the cognitive and social sciences with design and technology. Students will be working with software, they'll be designing, they're up to date with all the latest programs. Yet, the truth is these programs are still very uncommon. So if your university doesn't offer one of these majors, what are you to do? Well, the people I've talked to in user experience design highly recommend graphic design as one of those potential alternatives. Graphic design teaches you so many of the foundations of UX. You're learning about proportions, you're learning about aesthetics, you're learning about the design process, which is a really good place to start. Another major that I highly recommend, or family of majors would be the better phrase, would be information technology, information architecture, or even library sciences. Now, this group of majors will get you to think critically about systems design, information architecture, our interaction with technology, and start to get a sense for what human-computer interaction means. Now, if any of these majors sound like things that you're interested in, rather than signing up and paying the tuition bill, I would start by reading a book or watching another couple videos. In terms of books, some of my favorites are Don't Make Me Think. This book is such a classic, and it really helps you to understand website design and, get a sense for how important those different features are. Another incredible book is The Design of Everyday Objects. It's really interesting because it talks not only about virtual product design, but the design of physical products as well. And it really helps you understand more about the cognitive and psychological basis of design. It talks about fixing user error, anticipating user error, and how you will be able to design a project that truly delights your customer. However, I know that books, we don't always have time for them. So one place that I would start actually is by reading the How to Get Started in Design ebook that Springboard's put out. So this book, it's roughly 15 pages. So it's long enough that it's actually substantial, but it's not so long that you're going to spend all day reading it. So rather than, telling you what design is, this book really walks you through a day in the life of a designer from countless interviews, what kind of background and skill UX designers most commonly use. They talk to you about salary information versus if you're starting off versus if you already kind of have those transferable skills and maybe you're coming in at a mid-level. And one of the part I like the most is it talks about why other people have found it to be a satisfying career and how that matches with their personality. Now, I hope that you found this video useful, and I would really appreciate if you would like this, or leave me a comment, or even give me a suggestion of another book or resource I could recommend. So thank you so much for watching. And, it sounds like you are trying to think about finding that satisfying career. And so thank yourself for taking the time today to do that research.